All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Chicago Bulls news video, but before we get into that, if you guys aren't subscribed already and you enjoy this video, if you could hit that subscribe button. I am 107 subscribers away from 5,000. Cool little milestone. So anything really helps, even just a like or a comment helps out the algorithm. Really appreciate it. With that being said, let's just get into the video. We'll talk about Lonzo Ball, free agency. The Bulls have to make some moves to be significant players in the salary cap game. They would have to renounce salary cap holds on all of their own free agents, plus try to waive or trade one or more of Al-Farouq Aminu, Tomas Satoransky, or Thaddeus Young. It's definitely doable, but the clock is ticking, right? The NBA draft is on Thursday. Free agency is going to start on August 2nd. And this is the week where teams start to show their hands. Trade talks start to get a little bit more serious, and you actually start to see more moves set in place. The Bulls actually find themselves with a couple of decisions here. Ryan Arcidiacono's $3 million team option and qualifying offers for Lauri and Javonte Green are on Saturday, and then Sunday you have another big day because that's the day the contracts of Satoransky and Young become fully guaranteed at their full value if they're not waived or traded. With that being said, we'll see how aggressive AK is going to be very soon. And it actually kind of makes Thursday's draft for the Chicago Bulls the least exciting part about kind of the offseason for us. The Bulls, Lonzo Ball, they've been linked together. Lauri Markkanen was also in those trade talks. They wanted Lauri. They wanted draft capital as well. He isn't really a good fit for New Orleans, in my opinion. I've got like 5 wasps outside my window. It is terrifying. But you can't forget we traded 2 first-round picks. It's going to be weird. This offseason is going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough to kind of navigate this open water. It's also tough because especially with Lonzo Ball, particularly Lonzo Ball, there's so many free agent options that if we go out and we get all this, we free up all this money, get rid of Thaddeus Young, get rid of Tomas Satoransky, get rid of Al-Farouq Aminu, what if the Pelicans ultimately match the free agency? Then they got to figure something else out. Kyle Lowry reportedly wants $90 million over 3 years. That's a lot of money. We'll talk about Derrick Rose here in a minute, but the Bulls have also been linked to Dennis Schroeder. I had a whole video about Dennis Schroeder yesterday. I'm not a huge fan of the fit. He turned down a $21 million a year extension this past season, so he's going to cost probably $25 million, and at that price, it's like, why not just try and get Lonzo Ball, or if Lonzo go somewhere else, why not try and get someone for cheaper? I would just say that the best way to get Lonzo Ball is most likely in a sign and trade deal, most likely revolved around Lauri Markkanen. So this qualifying offer is going to be pretty important. Extending one will maintain the team's ability to match any offer sheet that Markkanen may sign elsewhere, which kind of gets rid of the risk for losing him for nothing. There's going to be a ton of movement on the Bulls roster this offseason, whether or not they try and clear cap space or not. It's going to be a very fun, interesting offseason. Apparently, Daniel House is seeking Daniel House. Hell no. Apparently, Daniel Theis is seeking a big payday, so my best guess is he's on the move as well. Need another wing, preferably a wing defender. Need another big man. So we just need some depth right now. The back end of the roster definitely needs some tweaking. Need to get a little bit more deeper. And also, if they decline Arcidiacono's team option, he could also then return on a cheaper deal. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about Derrick Rose. I've made a video on why I don't think Derrick Rose is a good fit for the Chicago Bulls for this upcoming season, but he is set for unrestricted free agency, and the Chicago Bulls reportedly intend to address their point guard position this offseason, hopefully. Now, some people have been calling for a reunion, and according to a slew of recent reports, it is possible. NBC Sports Chicago's Casey Johnson wrote recently that the Bulls have had internal conversations on the viability and fit of Rose on the team. I can't say Woj's last name, but he also linked the two sides on Sunday during a podcast with Zach Lowe, calling Rose a name to watch in Chicago. Both noted that Rose wouldn't necessarily be their top target, but it is an interesting target. Now, after being acquired from the Pistons, Derrick Rose was a pretty good, surprising piece for the Knicks last year, averaging 15 points in 35 regular season appearances, and then leading the team in scoring in the playoffs. So he's got plenty of gas left in the tank. Exiting a contract that paid him $7.7 million last year. At 32 years old, could he possibly be in for a raise? And then what type of role best suits him? Before he slid into the starting lineup during the postseason, he was mostly a sixth man for the Knicks, and he actually finished as a finalist for Sixth Man of the Year. He could fill a similar niche for the Bulls. Coby White, though, is kind of my backup point guard off the bench. I think he is perfect for that role. As far as Derrick Rose is concerned, I like it. I just don't think the fit makes that much sense considering we do have Coby White. However, Coby White can play off ball. He's perfectly solid at playing off ball. He might be better suited playing off ball because of his lack of playmaking. However, I still think he's best off being our backup point guard for at least the next year. I would not mind the swap of Tomas Satoransky for Derrick Rose. Satoransky's contract, like I said, it'll have to be guaranteed by Sunday. So Derrick Rose, I wouldn't mind that because I do know we need more point guard depth. We need more guard depth. So I wouldn't mind a Derrick Rose for Tomas Satoransky swap. Because the money's going to be somewhere around there. Tomas Satoransky's contract's about $10-11 million. Rose 7.7. So even if he is in for a payday, shouldn't be too much. It shouldn't be too unaffordable. And then you don't have like 4 point guards that you don't really know what kind of role to put him at. There will be a better idea of what we're going to do here literally in a couple of days. So while Rose is still perfectly capable of providing positive impact, I think people's idea of him being kind of the hometown hero kind of get in the way sometimes, but you've got free agent negotiation opening on August 2nd, so there is plenty of time for more rumors to start swirling around. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, once again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it. But most importantly, go ahead and comment down below who you want the Chicago Bulls to sign or trade for this offseason.